Hello everybody, I'm back with another video because live streams aren't working. The pink little glare in the background of my computer, that little pink glare right there, that one. I got a pink light bulb in my lamp currently because we don't have any regular light bulbs, so I'm using a pink one. That's kind of cool. So today I'm just going to choose one of these images. Actually, no, I could get copyrighted for making these images, so no. Essentially show you guys, one, how annoying my computer can be while working with it, and two, why I don't edit things, because my editing kind of sucks. Okay, we're gonna do the simple. We're just gonna also ignore those right there. They just came with the computer installed. Here are the things I actually have: my Google Meet, YouTube, drawings, and my drives, as well as all those. My books and my untitled drawings. Those two right there also came with this. But anyways, a flower. I own none of the images that I make on this channel. Trying to find a nice flower I can do. I'm gonna do drawings. Friend who's gonna be like, oh, you should have done that flower, or oh, you should have done that flower. I don't care what flower I think I should have done. Because I'm going to do this one. I like that flower. Or maybe that one. This one or that one. Neither. So hard only choosing one flower to do. How about that one? It has all the petals. Copy the image. Delete these tabs. We're back here at this tab. Control V this image. And voila. I always rewind up here to the top left hand corner of this little box thing. Enlarge the image, and then over here I click on fit 200. You can go up to 1600 by using your fingers. However, I'm not going to do that this time. I will maybe in the future, but not right now. Okay, so then there's this little tool button right up here. You see this one? It's currently on line. Click the drop down menu, go to polyline. Here you essentially just make lines, which is what I use. So when I say I make digital art and I trace the image, this is literally what I mean that I do. I trace the image. And it just fills itself in for me. However, that is not the color. I will be keeping that, for there is a lot more features on this thing. Where I can choose the colors of what I make and stuff. So far this right here is the current little flower shape we got going on. So yeah, I'm going to finish with this little process, and I'm going to show you how I fix that little gap right there. Because yeah, you can fix in gaps. Has anyone ever even used Google Drawing? Leave a comment, or leave a like if you ever have used Google Drawing. Oh, I'm going inside the wrong direction. Click that, delete that. And this time let's go in the right direction. And then, like I said, I'm going to put this video on the awkward pause thing. You know, the awkward pause thing. And yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on. Whee! Okay, I'm back. And then I noticed the middle looks a little wonky. Yeah, I noticed that too. So there's this little shapes tool right up here. Click on the shapes thing. No. This is annoying. It does that on like any device, I think. You make a circle. Boom! You've made this center for your flower. Okay, so now I thought I was going to fix this little gap right here. This one right here is the oldest one. So I can do that, and boom, it just blends in. You can see there's a few more gaps. So for like this one here, I would take this point and I would put it into that point. And for this one right here, I would move these points inwards towards this petal. And I would like repeat that process for any other points. If I tried to move this petal into this petal, it would expend that petal. Which is not what I need. For that mistake, I will click Control Z because I didn't know where that petal exactly was left. So then I'm going to make the stem. Actually, no, I don't think we need the stem. Do we need the stem, guys? Nah. Okay, so here we have our nice little flower, right? It's a little wonky, it's a little crooked, but it's a flower. Admire it. You look at it, you notice, it's a little plain, a bit boring. I'm noticing that too. You know what I'm going to do? Color it. I've been thinking, I want something fun to do with my petals. Well, how about you do something fun with the center? For example, you can make a gradient. You can make a custom gradient as well. You click on this little color section. No, that really shouldn't happen. You should get this. Now you get to choose a color to be in your gradient. So for the center, I want to keep it kind of like yellowish. So we're going to do this one. Shade of yellow. And the bright shade of yellow. Now this is what it looks like linear, which is up and down. Now to change the angle, we have 0. We have 0 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees, 180 degrees, 125 degrees, 270 degrees, and 315 degrees. Whenever you want it to go back to normal, you click on 90. Now you can also make it radial. Radial can go from the center, the top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. On this one here from the center, that way it kind of like expands outwards. And boom, you've made yourself a nice little gradient for your center of your flower. Now you can color multiple objects at once as well. So like, boom, I already colored half my flower. Boom, I just did it again. However, if you wanted to do separate colors, you can just do it like that. This video was my guide on how I make my version of my digital art. If you guys want to see me make something else, leave your suggestions down below. However, I'm kind of noticing that these two petals right here are the ones that look the most awkward, so here's what I would usually do. Delete this entire half. I would copy-paste this half. Okay, so to move it over to like line the two up, because as we can see here, no, they don't work. My computer is touching, but that rarely works. As you can see, they aren't lined up. It takes 2 left clicks. Just moved it over 2 spaces, and then 2 upwards clicks. Which now, they are perfectly lined up. If we go back into fit, we can rotate. And boom. Now we can click the rotation symbol. Flip it around. And then put it back. So now you can just like hold down on your buttons. You can like line them up however you want, essentially. However, that right there would be the even phrase. As we can see, they made that little symbol. So we can just cover that right there back up with the center, but as we can see, that doesn't really work because the center gets eaten by that. See? The center got eaten. So what we can do is just copy paste the center, because now it is the newest object that was made, and put it back. But since there is still white, here's what you can do. You can either make your center larger, or you could have Control Z, Z, Z. Whatever, so get rid of that. Actually, no, wait, you didn't need to move that. Sorry, corrections. You could have zoomed back in, move over, double tap this, or no, here actually you would double tap the red. And then here you would double tap the spread down here. And boom, that has covered up the white sections that were still there. But yeah, there's my guide to how this works. Also, look at this picture of the two bunnies that I made earlier. I think they look really cool. They're eating lettuce. But yeah, let me know if you guys want any more things I should make digitally. Or maybe one day I could like live stream digitally. But anyways, who knows. But anyways, now I'm just showing you guys how to also use the text box while I'm at this. Yeah, there's a larger font than that. Also, if you guys want like a larger font, the highest you guys can go on this thing right here is like 300. However, down here we have our nice little number keys. So like right now I could do 100. Typed in right there, 100. I click and enter. And there was 100 size font. As you can see, we can still make it larger. We're going upwards. The font size is moving out of the text box slowly but surely. So like I can literally do 300. Enter. That right there is a very large font. However, I don't really need that, so we're going to go to 100. Goodbye, my friends, and I will see you all next time. Yeah. Do 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 do.